Ebusiafo aha eye Ghanatube so in some ekoso ewo o my Ghana mu de edoso ye pa nkofo edikadika nse maboabo ebi ano ebese ye wakotie ensem na ya ba na matoa so ede amo
2028 election. Guess who's saying that?
Tell me.
President John Dramani Mahama. Looks like a lot of stories and rumors going around that way.
Why is this news?
It's news.
Of course he will not contest it.
You won't allow it, or it can't happen, or you don't see it happen?
I'm not the one who won't allow it. Yeah. The Constitution of Ghana won't allow it.
There's a constitutional review going on.
Well, that part would have to go through a referendum, and I'm not sure that President Mahama, after promising reset, wants to subject himself to that kind of situation that all of a sudden you say I want to do a third term, and then you have to go around trying to convince Ghanaians to give you a third term.
How embarrassing it would be.
Embarrassing,
to be that Ghanaian president who decides to wataralize himself, or
but here's the point:
to do that cliche thing that African leaders are ridiculed for doing, wanting to stay in power forever. I think it would be if you turned out to be the one president who decided to pursue that.
And Winston, don't we have consensus that 8 years is not enough for a Ghanaian president?
No, we don't have consensus.
Okay.
It is certainly an object of discussion, but it's not. There's no consensus. Besides, that debate can go in several different directions. It could go into the concept of extending the duration of
a term,
the two existing terms you can have, right?
Look,
that could be part of the conversation. So it's not about allowing them to have another term. You've had 2 terms, you couldn't do anything.
Look,
we should give you a third term to do.
I have heard people saying that. They have said that, when you come into office the first year, you use the first year to settle.
Yeah.
Then the last year you campaign. Years ago we're talking about the longest campaign period in the United Kingdom. It wasn't 1 year. It wasn't even 100 days. That was the longest campaign period. Now, why can't we get serious in this country and decide that we would actually, for some time, think about the affairs of the state and not engage in partisanship?
That you feel will help us.
Right?
Yes. Yeah. If we think you cannot do that, there are those who've actually suggested, and I wouldn't mind that. There are those who have suggested that let's just give every president 1 term, 6 years.
I think it's is it President Kufuor who made that call that give an extended term?
Yeah, talked about 5 years.
Right.
5 years. But others have suggested that. How about you make it 6 years?
Okay.
Or maybe
so you take it once,
and you go.
And you're gone.
Then I asked the question: what if you have a president who's bad?
Okay.
Whose performance is very poor?
How do you remove them?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So 4 years is okay. If the people of Ghana think that
you should go another term,
you should do another term, you do another term. Look, I can understand where sometimes when you're a political party and you've had now the NDC's the face of the NDC since 2012 has been John Mahama.
Yeah.
So if you are the NDC, the concern is that okay, so where would they go from here?
Right. So it will be a bit more easier, as you're saying, to field him as a candidate if the opportunity were to.
Unfortunately, John Mahama did a first term, and is now doing a second term. You see, so it's as simple as look. When people, let me just chip this in. When people raised concerns about John Mahama contesting a second time, because the Constitutional Review Committee at the time had put in place, I think it was page 1,000 or so that said that the constitution should be looked at so that a president who loses an election can contest again. The general consensus in this country, was that the constitution was clear. It didn't say consecutive. 2 terms.
2 terms. You can't go beyond.
You can go beyond.
Right.
It.
Okay.
And so John Mahama will not. So I know there are people who are
calling for that. Because I've seen some videos like that.
But I know John Mahama will not do that.
Okay.
He doesn't need to subject himself to that.
Anyway,
torture.
You seem to be under
embarrassment.
Yeah. You're calling it an embarrassment.
I can't turn away from the shame of it, right?
Well, the president is thinking alike, just as Winston. He says that his focus for now is on fiscal discipline, not about the next election. So, well, at least our fears are being allayed, isn't it, on that. Graphic, okay, we'll take that later, but SHS placement out, and we know that it will happen on September 17. Already the results are out, so that's paving way for a lot of people to be placed into their senior high schools. If you ask me, I'll tell you to go for Bishop Herman College. I know the Algasco boys and the Mali people will chew me up. I see, great. Kennedy Japan, Brian the Champion submit nomination forms, and so that race is also heating up within the NPP.
Well, the Daily Guide for this morning says Mahama rules out third term. Brian Champon files, declares bold vision. Gold Board woos license miners with 832 Ghana cedis bonus. Akutia by election NPP unhappy with security. And BOG bans dollar pricing for services. Now, talking about the NPP's, flag bearership race, Engineer Francis Adainimo has decided that enough. He's not going to contest.
Oh.
Yes. Well, I mean, beyond the funds, beyond the money, Adainimo, he contested in 2014, then contested in 2023, and he wanted to contest again. All the times that he's contested, he's performed poorly. And so, look, sometimes, and everybody knows, apart from those who are not truthful to Engineer Adainimo, Engineer Adainimo, that he won't win.
You think so?
I know so. I know so.
But I do realize that there are many people in the political space who are blind to reality when it comes to their chances, right? I mean, Alan Chairmanting is probably going to run for president again, probably.
Yeah, he says he will do that in 2028.
There you go. He believes he'll win.
Yeah.
In spite of his consistently reducing fortunes in every poll he's ever participated in.
The only sad thing is, I recall interviewing Engineer Adainimo, Winston, and he was mad at Global Info Analytics for taking him off the radar in terms of the polling as to who would be the next to lead the NPP, because his analysis was that in the last primaries he came third or fourth and I said, well, that's a marginal figure he got. He says, look, I've got the cash, I'm coming in, I've got the numbers, only for him to chicken out.
He's taking himself out of the
race, yes.
Engineer Adainimo, after contesting in 2014, lost his primary at Asante Mampong. But his own backyard, he lost. Look, don't fight it. There are people, and this is where, let me just do this analysis. Now, there are people who were of the belief that, I control a huge following. I have people who love me.
Yeah.
Look, many Ghanaians love their party. And if you want to know, go to various homes as they get ready for elections. When the fathers or mothers are advising their children on whom to vote for, they
then
say
you can see.
To Abai Bekang. You know what that means? Because if your votes are only going to be counted, in effect, if you vote for the NPP or the NDC.
And I'll tell you, that does make me sad. It does make me sad that as an electorate, our psychology is around only two possibilities. It limits us as a nation.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I genuinely believe that breakthrough for this country
is when we have a third force.
Is when we have someone in power who didn't get there through owing people debts.
Yeah, I see.
Where there some no area I go to about say comments no udi be wukimi comment section na mejibre akenkan edi amon fefe. Because ha Ghanatube bisa for sama koso yaman nsa ebeka enti ebusiafo subscribe na hit the notification bell ni so that by insem no dituma winya na enter pass mo model so sia di